I'm going to cook with a sea trout actually, and I'm going to poach it, the whole fish on its own. Very simply, I'm not into all the razzmatazz of sousing and what have you.
It's a very healthy way of cooking fish though, isn't it, poaching?
It is, it's a very healthy and very simple way of doing it. I'm going to serve it with lovely summer cucumber and dill pickle and a little bit of homemade mayonnaise. So
I'm going to leave you to it.
So the trout that I have is absolutely wonderful and bangingly fresh. So you can tell that it's fresh from like the bronze effect that it has on the skin. That's how you know that it's a very fresh trout. The great thing and what I love about this this way of cooking it is that it is so simple to cook. The fish kettle is brilliant because it's, you know, you just lay the fish in and it poaches it really lovely in about 20 minutes. So that whole fish will be cooked in 20 minutes. So I've got 3 litres of water, and I generally, as a rule, put 1 tablespoon of sea salt into a litre of water and 1 bay leaf then, just to give it a subtle flavour. You could also put in like black peppercorns here as well, or lots of other things like a splash of white wine, or what would you do?
I think it would need some wine in there as well.
Yeah, a splash of white wine.
Splash of white wine would be lovely as well. For me, it's all about the produce. And then you just like slowly let the fish fall right down, and just let it cook for about 20 minutes. It'll come back up to the boil, let it cook for about 20 minutes, and then that's done. So cucumber pickle, really, really easy. I've got some cucumber, some dill, some sugar, which is granulated, not caster sugar, and some onions and salt and pepper. And that's, oh yeah, and the cider vinegar, it's very important. White wine vinegar, again, doesn't work as well with it. So you want them really, really finely, because this actually gets marinated and left for a couple of hours, and then they just become really, really like succulent and like almost like velvet, so they're beautiful with the trout. Just remember at home to be really careful with your fingers. But I've been doing this for years and years, and I remember the first time I ever learned this recipe, I absolutely loved it. I just thought, oh God, it's very simple. I don't know if I'll be too impressed, but it's just absolutely fantastic.
It's just kind of a Scandinavian kind of thing, isn't it?
It is,
Cucumber.
yeah,
I love
absolutely.
cucumbers too.
Okay, so there's about 1 whole cucumber in there, and then I put in the granulated sugar.
And you don't salt these at all first, Clodagh?
No, just a little
in.
pinch of salt, but it's mostly sugar, and the sugar actually extracts all of the juices from the cucumber, so you get a lovely kind of a syrup afterwards. And then I've got an onion, which I've really finely sliced as well in the mandolin, or else with a very, very sharp knife. And then some cider vinegar. The cider vinegar works really well with it because it's really, really subtle. So you want about half a cup of cider vinegar over it. And then, of course, the dill, which is beautiful. Smell the dill, isn't it lovely? Doesn't it remind you of kind of summer parties with poached fish and...
Oh, it does. It really does. And the cider vinegar, you find works very well with the cucumber.
Yeah, it works really, really well.
And why don't you use that? Just because white wine is slightly too sort of potent, or...?
Yeah, you know how white wine can be quite bitter. The cider vinegar is much, much, much more subtle, so it works really well. I'm just making sure I have everything. Yeah, salt, pepper. And then you give it a good mix with a spoon.
Shall I do that for you?
Oh, don't worry. Here. Like that. Actually, if you take that and put it there, and then I can do it. And this is what it ends up looking like.
That's really nice. And how long does that marinate together?
That marinates for about an hour, and it works out like this. But this will keep in a jar for about 3 months.
Oh, wow.
So it's fantastic.
Just a normal sealed jar. You don't need a sort of kiln jar or anything like that?
No, any kind of jar will work well. And actually, these are in season in the height of season in July, so in a couple of weeks' time they'll be perfect. So I'm just going to plate up a little bit of it, like this.